What's up, everybody? Back mini episode this week. We've got our best bets because you've got a packed wild card weekend. So we're here with Keahi. We're gonna run through basically every game this weekend and just kind of give you what we're looking at, either the spread, um, money line, under, over, all that good stuff. As you know, the rest of us on the pod have been doing pretty good with our bets. I think we were hitting at about 65%. Apparently, Michael said so far. So we're gonna give you some good takes. And do with this information what you will, but we're looking to make some money this weekend. As always, subscribe. Link in the description to all the other socials. But definitely give us subscription or definitely subscribe and let us know in the comments what you think of these takes and maybe give us some other lines that we didn't think of. So, yep. And with that being said, let's transition right in. First game we've got coming up this weekend is Seahawks 49ers. Keahi, what are you thinking?
So I'm a Seahawks Bills fan, but dude, that 49ers offense and defense is just stacked. So I got -6 on them, or 6.5 if you could take that alternate spread. Because I don't know, that 49ers defense just is going to stop that Seahawks offense so easily.
Okay, so all right, so we're gonna start off a little disagreement there. Not bad.
We are?
Yeah, I'm actually taking as an alternate spread Hawks plus 10. I believe the line is at 9, so I just kind of upped it 1 point to start.
Yeah.
I don't know. Brock Purdy going into his first playoff game, undrafted rookie, Mr. Irrelevant, literally the last pick in the draft. I get it with the weapons you've got and the defense. We can expect. I think we can all expect the 49ers win, but I do think it's going to be a little closer than people expect. Debo not exactly back at 100%. We saw the Raiders take them to overtime recently with Jarrett Stidham at QB, so we know the defense can be battled against.
Sure.
I think Gino's going to play fine. I still like DK.
He'll play good.
I like DK and Lockett out as receivers. K9's there. He's back. So I don't mind the Seahawks offense. We'll see how the defense holds up against the 49ers at home. But I think this is going to be a somewhat closer game than people expect. So I'm going to start out with Seahawks plus 10.
I can respect that.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see what happens. I'm definitely expecting the 49ers to win. Just might not be as high scoring as people expect.
Yeah, I think it's just the 49ers defense. It just depends how good they are and how much the Seahawks come out in that game and just go hard at it. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. If the 49ers defense shows up the way it has throughout the year, we could definitely have some issues with that pick, but we'll see what happens. Next game we got on the board, Chargers versus Jags. Me personally, I do think this is one of the better games this wild card weekend. We're seeing two great young quarterbacks kind of go at it. Trevor Lawrence, Justin Herbert, both playing in their first career playoff games, but one in their second year, one in their third year in the league. I like the Chargers -2. Even though the Jags have the home field advantage, Trevor Lawrence has kind of been struggling these past few weeks, just 1 touchdown to 1 interception ratio over the last 3 games. We saw the Titans kind of actually have them on the ropes, so to speak, last week, and that was a winner-go-home game, so it's basically a first playoff game right there. So, with that being said, I don't know how much I love the Chargers receiving core, and when I match that up with the Chargers defense that is peaking at the right time, we see Mike Williams, everyone coming back. Actually, Mike Williams got hurt. We'll see what his status is. But Keenan Allen and the rest of those boys coming back healthy. I like the Chargers in this game. I think Justin Herbert is just flat out better than Trevor Lawrence, and I think the Jags are going to get exposed a little bit, which is normal. Trevor Lawrence first playoff game. I know both of them are, but I like the supporting cast of the Chargers better. So what do you think? I've got -2. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, we're not disagreeing at all here. I went with a safer pick. I just took Chargers money line. It's not too bad odds. I mean, it's just a safer pick. Because I think it could be a close game. It just depends how much Trevor Lawrence really tries in this game, and
that's true.
If he's on, but I think Justin Herbert and that offense and defense is just unmatched against that Jaguars team.
Yeah, agreed. That should be one of the better watches. I know it's in Jacksonville. Yeah. I just don't think that's going to matter much here. This is a heartbreaking one for me as a Dolphins fan, and the exact opposite for you as a Bills fan.
Yeah.
Bills versus Dolphins. This pick could change based on Tua's status because we'll find out tomorrow, Mike McDaniel said, or we'll get more clarity on his situation. As of right now, with the current status of everything, I'm going to take Bills -9 here. This has blowout -9. This game has blowout written all over it. Jalen Waddle left last game injured. His status is still up in the air. Tyreek Hill left last game injured. He's probable to play, but he's coming in banged up. Tua, we don't think he'll play. Teddy Bridgewater has a broken hand. We don't know if he'll play. Skylar Thompson left last game injured, so we're down to nobody on the quarterback. The defense is destroyed. I mean, Xavier Howard, even when he did play, was getting cooked all last game by Garrett Wilson. Can only imagine what Stephon would do to him. And I will say this: the Dolphins have played the Bills extremely well this year. They won when they played them at home, and when they did go to Buffalo, it was a 3-point game, and the Dolphins were honestly leading much of that game. They had every chance to win. Josh Allen just proved why he's one of the best top 3 quarterbacks in the league on that last drive. But yeah, unfortunately, I think this game has blowout written all over it. It's looking like Bills -9. I think if Tua plays, this game will be a lot closer. But especially if Waddle and all those guys suit up. But I'm operating off the assumption that he doesn't, and for that, I'm taking Bills -9. Keahi, resident Bills. Actually, Keahi and Rohan are both Bills fans, so I'm sure they'll get along well. But our other resident Bills fan, what do you think?
I mean, I still went safe. I wasn't because just after that first Dolphins game, which I absolutely hated watching that. I mean, it's such a good game, but I hated losing to y'all. Oh my god! But I took Bills -6.5 alternate spread, just a little safer option. But yeah, I think they got the win, no doubt. I mean, even with Tua back, like that would be scary. But that team's just so banged up, and it's been so beautiful to watch after y'all beat us. Just watch your team get like I feel bad for Tua because I mean I love him at Bama. He's a good, solid QB. Sucks that the Dolphins are treating him that way, but I mean I just love that team. Just going down in the drains, watching you just have mental health problems because of it.
Hey, stay tuned for on that note, dude. Stay tuned for the big pot this week. I know I'm taking Bills -9 right here, but when best pet segment come up, we could come out with a heater and a hot take there. But for now, for the sake of making you guys money, I'm gonna say Bills -9. We agree pretty much to everything there. This game does have blowout written all over. Unfortunately, I think it might honestly, if Tua doesn't play, it might be the worst game of the playoffs. Depending on the Bengals Ravens game if Lamar plays. But next up, what I think might be the best or at least most interesting game, Giants versus Vikings. I think a lot of people are starting to ride with the Giants, but I didn't think it would be as hot as it is. I'm going to take Giants +3. To play it safe with the points, I'm going to take the spread. But honestly, I think the Giants might just win outright. I think they could easily upset Minnesota. We've been seeing over the past couple weeks how fraudulent this Vikings team is. Kirk Cousins not exactly a playoff performer. You let the Jeff Saturday Colts score 33 unanswered points on you. That's almost pathetic. Packers just decimated. Like it's just been a rough week after a rough week for them. The defense is not there. And if you're putting the ball in Kirk's hands, you're going to be disappointed with what happens. I think the Giants defense is great. And it's kind of the formula these last few years. If you're going to be a sleeper team that makes the Super Bowl, good defense and a hot run game. Saquon Barkley and that Giants defense, those two go together very well. Especially with Daniel Jones honestly playing better than people want to give him credit for. So I'm going to take Giants +3 to cover that spread. I think this is going to be a great game. So we will definitely see. What are your thoughts on this one? I like this.
See, I think it's going to be a very good game. Personally, I don't know if I'm going to put money on it just because I don't know which way it's going to go. But the safest pick that I saw was Vikings -4.5 alternate spread. Weird spread. But the Vikings are such a fraud team, but somehow they're just magically getting it done. So they have to have something on their side. I just think it's straight luck on this.
It's a lot of Justin Jefferson. It is definitely a lot of Justin Jefferson.
Exactly. Like if Jefferson gets locked like he did against Jair Alexander, like there's no shot for this Vikings.
I think we saw the game plan, and Adoree Jackson is definitely a capable corner. I think he's more than capable of at least hindering Jefferson a little bit. We saw this game a few weeks ago go pretty much down to the wire. So the Giants definitely want their revenge. Daboll is probably the better coach in this scenario.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a great game, honestly. Probably one of the, if not the best game this wild card weekend.
Yeah,
we definitely disagree there.
Yeah, it'll be a solid game, but honestly, if I'm taking anything on this game, I'm taking the over. There's both of these. I mean, the Giants' defense is solid, but the Vikings' defense is horrible. But I think the
Vikings defense is atrocious.
Yeah, it's horrible. But I think both the offenses are good enough, and both of the defenses aren't good enough that there's just going to be a lot of touchdowns in this game. I think the over's at 48.5, I want to say. So I'd take that.
And that's about where it was the first time they played. So definitely a solid pick there. How about, all right, next we got Ravens versus Bengals. This one I think is going to be right there with Bills Dolphins. Probably one of the worst games of the wild card weekend, which sucks because we all knew coming into this that if Lamar was playing, this is easily one of the best games. Divisional rivalry, two great young quarterbacks. One won an MVP, one's been to a Super Bowl. So there's a lot to look forward to there. But really, the Ravens are just really beat up. I mean, no receivers left. It's Duvernay, and actually I don't know. Duvernay's not there anymore. He went down. So it's kind of Andrews and nobody. So if Lamar's not playing, and it's Tyler Huntley throwing to Mark Andrews again. We just saw this last weekend and the weekend before. Bengals blew them out. Probably going to be more of the same. So assuming no Lamar, I'm going to take Bengals -7. They easily covered this a couple weeks ago. The Ravens are just too decimated by injuries. Even the defense that's supposed to be good is struggling. Bengals are clicking right now. They really haven't had a hiccup game in like a long time, really. Ever since that Chiefs win, I think they've been just balling. Jamar's playing good. You got Higgins. You got all this stuff going for you, Mixon and Burrow. Even the defense is hot right now, like they did get last year right before the Super Bowl run. So I'm going to take the Bengals to cover -7 on that.
Yeah, I took Bengals alternate spread right at -8. I mean,
okay,
about
so,
the same thing.
About the same thing.
Yeah, I'm not expecting much out of the Ravens since Lamar isn't there. I mean, you literally have Mark Andrews. I mean,
that's about it. The run game is struggling. You're down to second and third guys. Deshaun Jackson is going to be our number one, and he's about 36 years old. I just don't see any way this game goes well.
Yeah, there's no shot. I mean, and it's Joe Burrow in the playoffs. I mean, this guy's clutch factor
at Cincinnati. I don't know what that's worth, but
exactly his clutch factor's off the charts. Though, like, I could see Joe Burrow like in that Cincinnati Bengals team. Like, I could see him taking down any team. Honestly, if they get hot at the right time, I could see him taking down any team.
The only thing that worries me is that they have been hot for like a while. Like I feel like they kind of started getting hot at maybe the wrong time, and so you would think a hiccup game is due somewhere. I just don't think that's this week. Maybe we'll see it next week. Maybe we'll see it next week in Buffalo. When that game happens, assuming both teams take care of that, I think will be a great game. I could definitely see maybe having a hiccup there. This shouldn't be the week. I wouldn't think so, but yeah, we'll see. To close things out, Bucks Cowboys. I think another potentially interesting game, even though the scoring probably it might not be a fun watch, but it's also very interesting at the same time. It'll be a wait and see. You really can't predict this one, but I'm gonna go under 45. They played each other at the beginning of the season, and Dak got a whopping 3 points for the Cowboys. And we all know how anemic this Bucks offense is. I don't even believe they're averaging 20 points, maybe barely 20 points after the last few weeks because they've had explosive offensive games. But no, this Buccaneers offense anemic, worst rushing team in the league. It took them forever to get the passing down, and really the only time you've seen it is against the Panthers, who, I don't know, doesn't say much to me. You can't count out Brady in the playoffs, so I think that's why they could cover, and I didn't really want to take a spread because of that. But I think we're seeing two good defenses play each other. One bad offense, the other offense has, potential to fluke out every game. Just last week, we saw them play their starters against the Commanders' backups and put up 6 points. So anything can happen, really. But yeah, I'm going to take 45 or under 45 there. Maybe if you want to take 45.5 as like an alternate, just so you get that half point to play with. But no, I'm going to take under 45 there. If I had to pick like an exact score, I would say I'm feeling like 20-17, winning on a field goal like you did last year when they played each other during the regular season. I don't know who's going to win, who gets that 20, who gets that 17, but I like under 45 here.
Yeah, I agree with your exact score around there. And that's why if I were to take a spread, which I'm not going to, but I would take Bucks plus 5.5 because I think it'll be a close, low-scoring game. I love the under on the game. Can't count out Brady in the playoffs. That's why I took the Bucks alternate spread instead of the Cowboys. So, yeah, I mean, it should be a close game. I don't think it'll be that fun of a game to watch. I mean, I doubt it's going to be a high-scoring game. So, yeah, I love the underplay there.
Yeah. These are certainly going to be a good wildcard weekend. I think we have a lot of good potential games here. Uh, Chiefs and Eagles obviously getting the bye, so we don't get to talk about them today, but they will certainly be putting on shows when they play. Not as much in the NFC though, other than Giants Vikings. I don't know what I'm getting too excited about. Bucks Cowboys will be okay. AFC is really where it's at. If Tua plays, we should have one really good game there. Chargers Jags should be really good. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We are going to be putting these all in a giant parlays. By the way, we're both going to be doing our full slate for this NFL weekend, and we'll see who does better with our respective picks.
Oh, yeah.
But with that being said, that's about all we got for you guys today. Just wanted to bring you a little mini episode for my sports bettors out there of what we're running through this weekend. Definitely leave comments, tell us what we missed, what we should have done. Give us suggestions for or what the loser should do, maybe some punishment action. A couple of us on the big pod got to do some punishments because we didn't pick TCU to beat Michigan, so we'll see how that goes too. But no, those are our bets. Tune into the big pod that should be dropping either Thursday night or Friday. We're gonna have more best bets for you there for all sports, basketball, soccer, maybe some extra NFL. We've got a lot of coming to you this next week, so stay tuned. And without, peace out, guys.